Let's talk about digital self-defense. In a world where pretty much our entire lives are stored on our devices and up in the cloud, understanding cybersecurity is just as important as locking your front door. It is not just for tech wizards anymore. So today, we are going to break down the playbook for your own digital security. Okay, so let's just start with a really simple question. That phone that's probably in your hand right now, or maybe the laptop on your desk, how safe is it really? I mean, think about it. We use this stuff every single day, but we almost never stop to actually consider how vulnerable it might be. And the reason we even have to ask that question is because we are living in this wild, hyper-connected world. It's full of amazing technology, for sure, but all that connection, all that complexity, well, it brings a whole new landscape of threats that our old-school security habits just can't keep up with.
And just look at this new frontier. I mean, it is not just about desktop computers anymore, right? We're talking mobile computing, cloud computing, the Internet of Things, all those smart devices in your home. And we're even looking at AI and virtual reality. Every single one of these is like a new door, a new potential way in for an attacker.
And this quote from the source material really just hits the nail on the head. The threats are way more complex now. They've gone from simple attacks on one computer to these big, coordinated attacks across entire networks. So that old antivirus software you've had for years, yeah, that alone just isn't going to cut it anymore. So, okay, let's focus on the device we're all probably the most attached to, our phone. With smartphones now outselling PCs, they have become this incredibly juicy prize for cybercriminals. But what's really interesting is how attackers get in. And it usually boils down to two things: attacking the technology itself or attacking the person using it. First, let's talk about attacking the tech. The most direct way? Good old-fashioned theft. I mean, the very thing that makes our phones so great, their portability, also makes them super easy to steal. And once an attacker physically has your phone, well, they've got all the time in the world to try and crack your passwords and get to your data. Another way to attack the tech is with malicious apps. Think of these as the Trojan horses of the digital age. They look like a fun game or some useful little tool, but in the background, they're doing some serious damage. Remember the Valentine's Day attack back in 2017? That was a perfect example. A picture-sharing app was secretly sending out premium text messages from people's phones, just racking up their bills. But then there's the other side of the coin, attacks that target you, the human. This is where psychology comes in. Phishing is the classic example. Attackers create a sense of urgency or maybe curiosity to trick you into clicking a bad link or giving away your password. It could be a fake email, a weird phone call, or a suspicious text. They're not breaking the tech, they're breaking our trust. So what's the big deal if someone gets in? Well, whether they attack the tech or they attack you, the consequences can be pretty severe. We're talking stolen bank info, identity theft, or even your phone getting hijacked and used to attack other people as part of something called a botnet. Since our phones are the key to everything, a single breach can be a gateway to your entire digital life. Okay, that was all the scary stuff. The good news? You are not powerless here. Not at all. The bulk of mobile security really just comes down to you making smart, cautious choices. So let's get into how you can build a practical defense plan. All right, this is your mobile shield. Let's walk through these 6 key steps. First up, your lock screen. Use a strong password and turn on encryption. It's your digital deadbolt. Second, check your apps. Before you hit install, look at the permissions. If a flashlight app wants access to your contacts in your microphone, that is a huge red flag. Don't install it. Third, turn off what you're not using. Think of Wi-Fi and Bluetooth as open doors. If you're not using them, shut them. Fourth, be really careful with public Wi-Fi. That free network at the coffee shop could easily be a trap set by an attacker to spy on everything you're doing. Fifth, treat unexpected links like they're poison. If you get a link in an email or a text you weren't expecting, just don't click it. And finally, number 6, don't jailbreak or root your phone. I know it seems like it gives you more control, but what it's really doing is tearing down the security walls that the manufacturer built to protect you. Okay, so we've talked about the device in your hand. Now let's shift gears and talk about that invisible world where so much of our data actually lives, the cloud. It's totally changed how we work and live, but yeah, it comes with its own very unique set of security challenges. So what the heck is the cloud anyway? It's not some magical place up in the sky. At its core, it's really just a way to use a shared pool of computers over the internet. So instead of everything living on your personal hard drive, it's stored and managed on these super powerful servers that you can get to from anywhere.
And the thing is, the cloud isn't just one thing. It comes in different flavors. Now, for most of us, we live in this top category, software as a service. Think Google Docs, Office 365. The main point here isn't the acronyms, it's this. Depending on the service, the responsibility for security is split between you and the company. It's never completely out of your hands. You always have a part to play.
But here's the interesting part. Despite all the complexity of the cloud, the basic threat model doesn't really change. As you can see here, you've still got a threat actor. They're using some kind of tool or exploit, and they're going after a target. The environment is new, but the game is still the same. So the key is understanding the risks, and they kind of fall into two buckets. Some are familiar, right? Stolen passwords, data loss, stuff like that. But the cloud also introduces these new, unique threats. You have less visibility, meaning you don't know exactly where your data is. There's a risk that one customer's data could leak into another's. And the very tools that make the cloud so easy to use can become a target themselves.
So as we start to wrap this up, it becomes really clear that you can't just go out and buy a piece of software and call it a day. Real cybersecurity is an ongoing process. It's all about building good habits and just maintaining a healthy dose of skepticism. And look, this isn't just about protecting your photos or your bank account. As this quote points out, our digital and physical worlds are blending together. The same vulnerabilities that affect our phones can affect things like power grids, water systems, and other critical parts of our society. So your personal security is actually part of a much bigger picture. So, what are the big things to take away from all this? First, our connected world is complicated, and it's full of holes. Second, your phone, your laptop, those are the front lines. You have to protect them. Third, the cloud is amazing and convenient, but it comes with its own set of risks. And maybe the most important thing of all, your own habits, being proactive and cautious, that is your most powerful weapon.
And that brings us to the final question, and this one is for you. We've gone over the threats, we've talked about the solutions. Now it is time to do something. So what is the very first concrete step you are going to take today to secure your digital life?